Hey guys, it's me, Roblox Storyteller, and I'm going to tell you another story. This one's a horror story. Not disclaimer, these are all fake stories. Well, not all of them. Some of the stories I tell are not always fake. Like the first grade story and my first video. If you're wondering why I'm looking like this, the hackers came yesterday, and so you have to stay as a noob for a while. So I did my best to look good. So I'm gonna tell you a story from Chuck E. Cheese, which is fake. It's horror. It's for fun. So there's this one time I was at Chuck E. Cheese, and there's these other kids, but no, knowing my favorite place was the playground where they had the ball pit, which they removed the ball pit now because everyone would pee or anything else in the ball pit. I was in the ball pit, but it smelled kind of off. It didn't smell like pee or anything. It smelled like, if you know what the smell of blood smells like, you should know. It smelled like blood for some reason. So I kept continuing thinking it was pee. So I got out, but every time I went towards the ball pit, all I smelled was blood. So I went to go play some games since I had a lot of tokens, but they got rid of the tokens. They have play passes now, which I used up all my tokens, and I started using all my coins. So then I went to go get a prize, and I asked for more tokens, but I had barely any tickets because I really sucked at games because I was like only 7. So then I went to go play more games, except since I only got a candy and this weird looking rubber mouse. I went to get my dad saying, "Can you help me with games? I want to get a big prize." So he helped me. There's this one game where it's called Can You Handle the Shock? Well, it's not really real shock. You just vibrate, and I played it. I pressed hard mode, so I thought I was tough enough for some reason. So then I did it. It shook me hard. I started lifting my legs off the ground. But then I went to the playground again, and this time it didn't smell like blood. It didn't smell like anything at all. It smelled clean, but I haven't seen anyone go in there to clean it. So I thought, maybe I have a runny nose, but I didn't. So I heard this scream backstage. Since you can't go on the stage, I was probably thinking someone was screaming somewhere near someone near the stage because I was in the playground. Went down the slide. I just saw a kid passed out on the floor of the slide. Like no one has noticed him. I just left it alone thinking that he's just there sleeping. So then I heard another scream. But this time it isn't like the other one. It's like a deep scream. So I went to go look at it. Went to the backstage. What I found was terrifying. Because Chucky never came out on that day, which he always does. So that always go on a Friday, and that Friday he never came out. So I went to look at the backstage. What I found was a guy in a Chucky mascot. I only saw the Chucky man come out, but he came out once, but he didn't come out anymore because he always comes out like 3 times a day. So I saw a child in there with his tape, he passed out on the floor, tape over his mouth, and tied up, his hands and legs tied up. The Chucky guy in the mask looked at me, stared at me. Nothing, just stared at me. I got freaked out, ran out of the closet. He grabbed my hand. I screamed for help. My mom found me. Grabbed my hand, ran out of there, carried me out of there, ran out of the building, drove away all the way home. So then, that night, I kept having these dreams of Chucky taking me again. I woke up. My mom said, we're going to go to Chuck E. Cheese again, okay? But we went to a different one. So that one, I went to their ball pit, played games. But this game was odd. It's like a game that they never had. But it didn't look brand new. Because it's like my second time going to this Chuck E. Cheese. The other one that I was going to, I went 10 times, the one where I saw that kid. But it's like, it looks old, but they just added it. It's the Chuck E. Cheese, cartoon Chuck E. Cheese, but his eyes are red instead of being brown. So I went to go get my mom, but the thing wasn't there. So I kind of got worried, thinking that, what if something is happening? What if my mom is not safe from this place? Or what if I'm not safe? So I just thought of that. Then I went to go in their playground, going down the slides, playing with other kids, going in that cage. But then I heard the same scream again. For some reason, I heard a scream again, but it's not the same. Sorry about that. That was an alert about COVID. It kind of scared me. But, same. This night, it was like dark. Dark. Instead of being like a kid scream, it was a man scream. And sorry for the background noise. That's my brother and sister playing. But it came from the same place, the backstage. I went to go check it out. And when I went to go check it out, it was a man. But his tape wasn't covered up. His hands are tied. He was tied to a chair, his leg. And his eyes were not like normal eyes. His eyes were pitch black. So I got freaked out. I ran to my mom and told her there's a guy in the closet. We got a worker, and he wasn't there. It's like he disappeared into thin air. And, don't pay attention to that. But, it's like, he was never there for some reason. I went to, my mom kept thinking that I was all imagining this. But I'm not. So, then, Chucky came out for the first time. I gave him a hug. But then he grabbed me tight. And he tried to pull me into the bathroom. I screamed my dad's name. He grabbed me out of there. My mom left. That's the story. We never go back to Chuck E. Cheese ever again. And yeah, so that's one of the scary stories. But disclaimer, this is all fake, not real. And I will see you next time. Bye.